Hello, let's try to do a free skull mission. Now, I've been playing around with the game, and to be honest, you can do free skull missions without many issues if you just wait a lot of time and prepare and you have a lot of food with you and such, but I don't think that's the essence of the game. The essence of the game is to do the missions whenever you like it. So, I upgraded my armor a little bit. I also found that these things will give you 5% experience gain, so that's 15% extra experience. I also upgraded my boots because apparently they destroy your legs too many times, plus the traps. I think I found that armor somewhere. I have to change my gloves, otherwise we're pretty much okay for it. I can still buy some better weapons and some better stuff, but to be honest, it's not really worth it. I'm also going to make a special guide for Breen, because the way the city works right now, it's like a huge shopping mall, but it also has a lot of weird mechanics, and yeah, the vendors are a bit... how should I put it? The vendors are very good, but also very bad. I want to do that after I reach the final level, is respect for Breen. Anyway, let's look at the character development. Basically, I upgraded maces to the max, and also armored combat to the max. So yeah, this is a huge change, because now we can actually charge an enemy. It says you have a 90% chance to stagger, but it's not that easy. You actually have, well, we'll see what I mean. The stun is not 100%, even though it says 112 stun percent. You might miss, the enemy might block it, the enemy might dodge it. I don't know how this works precisely. But more importantly, we have the custom adjustments, which basically gives me a lot of max energy and energy restoration, but you need to buy the pair of gloves so it counts as heavy armor. Let's have a little bit of a cold. I'll not speak too much sometimes. Notice that we have over here the nightmares plus the storage, the supply shortage. Well, relic or omnious light, I think the omnious light, bone mount. Mount cover, skilled warlock. What if I... nah, not choose more. Okay, now let's slowly go over there. Now, to be honest, you can rest in the camp as well, but it's not really worth it. Also have a lot of roasted fish meat, just because this is the only thing that is available over here. Now, ideally, you'd want to go... oh, really? You want to make me fight then? Okay. That's what I thought. Ideally, you want to go into another city to resupply, meaning you can go into... let's say you can go back to Manshire or Breen to resupply. It will cost you 400 to go and 400 to come back, so it's not really an ideal solution, but sometimes it can be worth it. Also get more traps. Also, very importantly, you cannot play the game without the crossbow, and I keep forgetting to repair it, rats. Why do I keep forgetting to repair the crossbow? Well, because it's never really equipped on my character. Oof, that's what I thought. Well, I guess we'll have to play without the crossbow. The crossbow is a mandatory item right now, because you cannot kill the bosses that have magic. I think there's a problem with the bosses, because if they have a spell, they'll shoot at you, but then they have to wait 2 or 3 more rounds before they can use the spell again, so yeah. Can I not sell something? Whatever. We'll just go as this. This will be very bad, because I'm not really prepared for it, but at least this is the best we can make out of this bad situation. Yeah, not to sell. Prepare that silly crossbow before I forget again. So let's see how much we can tank. So this is very bad for us because we also need to be better prepared, and also everything needs to be 100% if you're attempting a free skull mission. The problem with these missions is not the difficulty per se or the amount of enemies, it's the fact that you can actually lose a lot more money than you gain because, well, armor repair, weapon repair, consumables and so on. So now it's just much better to kill the enemies much faster so you can actually not spend all of your money on repairs. Now I skipped quite a bit in the let's play just because it was very boring. For basically about 10 hours I was just doing quests here and there. I upgraded my caravan a little bit and I didn't get a chance to do much. These boots are super expensive. I think they're about 4,000. So yeah, the game definitely has a balance problem, but I kind of like the way the game is designed right now because it's very hard to get endgame gear. When you get some of it, you actually feel like it's worth it. You feel like you're very proud of it. Oh no, how they lost some durability from it. Yeah, so as you can imagine, the next thing I have to do is get heavy gloves because it will be a huge boost in my energy. Otherwise the fatigue just sets in so fast. I guess you can technically use your caravan to travel around, but that's again not very good right now. I need to be able to set up the pigeon, the carrier pigeons, in a nice way. For that again, I just need more time and more resources. I also need to do a couple other things, so basically I have to buy 2 more upgrades for the caravan. Buy gloves, heavy metal gloves, which are about 4,000 coins. And then I can finally, you know, start doing the missions as I wanted. And it's just a waste of time, there's nothing over here. Well, yeah, you can butcher the goods and you can get their heart, which is worth quite a bit of money. Where is the entrance? I like it how it's actually more bright inside than outside, even if it's pitch black. The inside is always more lighted. Now, if you have a mission like this one with the Well of Souls, you can just destroy the Well of Souls and then run away. It's great. So that's a stun, and then I can use the knockout. Deal a lot of damage. And that's kind of like the whole idea behind my build. I'm also not going to loot anything because I'll loot only once I'm done with the dungeon. Since it's very time consuming to loot the dungeon and then I'll run out of fatigue, or I'll have too much fatigue to continue. Yes, what I mean, it's very boring if you play like this, not taking risks. And if you use a lot of energy, your fatigue will actually grow quite a bit more, so... And be careful, don't use too much energy when you're fighting enemies. It's kind of annoying because that means you cannot use all of your skills. But it's really effective, 13% fatigue. Yeah, so I guess this is the best combination I can have. Oh wow, we're shredding them. keep saying that, but oh wait. Need a space to fight the archers in the other unit. Ah, this is what I hate about the game in a way. Okay, so far so good. So basically what I need right now is something to restore my energy. It's harder. Which is hard to do than it sounds. I basically need potions or just some better food, but that's even harder to do because, well, I need a few caravan upgrades like the spice box and some other things. So yeah, in order to get the better food you need some salt basically. Some other spices to add to the food when you're cooking it. It's quite a complex mechanic, but yeah, way too early in the game to go into that, otherwise you'll be incredibly bored by the mechanic. Because food normally doesn't last a long time. Come on game, where's the Well of Souls? You've seen where? Since this is a fiscal mission, that means we have a second floor to go. Yeah, these male enemies are actually fun to fight. But actually time consuming and energy consuming as well, so I might need to do a little bit of a break, which means I have to go back to my caravan and then come back. Which is exactly what I might do. It's kind of pointless to loot all of this stuff because I'll not be selling it here anyway. Which means... yeah, which means I have to get my loot and then sell it in another place where I can actually get a lot of money for it. Because here, like I said, you don't get anything for your loot. These are quite high level enemies, I think. In case you care, durability 45%. Well, I might... might be making it look easy. Oh, how I hate these guys. When I first played the game and I saw them, they were extremely hard to kill because they just kept running away. I have a negative debuff going, but as you can see we're not losing any HP or any... permanent health. Also, kind of funny, but you can find basically items that are ready to wear for your character. Items that are ready to wear for your character in the sarcophagi. Yeah, let's go to the second floor and try to kill the boss of the dungeon if possible, but usually here you have so much more enemies, so many more enemies, so much harder. Yeah, sometimes you also have to take the hit. Well, I guess it's easier in the dungeon since I'm so well acquainted with it. I'm here, little ghoul that throws rocks in my face. Oh, the ghouls are actually pretty mean. I guess we're kind of high level already. Kind of like this collapsed area. Also, I try to keep the ghouls away from the corpses of other ghouls. Ah, the pelt. The pelt is not worth much. 40. So you don't want to be caught over here without food, so try to eat before going to dangerous area. Roasted trout meat barely gives you anything. It's kind of annoying because if you let the ghouls eat something, you will be surprised how fast they can grow almost infinitely much. Anyway, the idea is that if they eat something, they'll be almost unstoppable, and you should really be careful about this mechanic. I underestimated it so many times. You have to be very careful and very patient with these enemies. I kind of hate the Well of Souls missions because if you go, you have to go fully. Instead, they just keep spawning the ghosts, and the ghosts don't give any loot. I guess that skeleton is just looking at us. You can use your crossbow to draw in the enemies. But that's a little harder to do. Why do I keep picking up the pelt? Yeah, I'm not falling for that trap, I'm not going down there. What I usually do is I go into these tombs. Still very annoying to fight them. Yeah, that's the only issue I cannot really solve right now. I guess I need some better food with some better fatigue resistance or something. Otherwise it feels like your energy is destroyed almost instantly. That's a very bad situation. As you can see, we have too many enemies. I hope they don't... How do I go onto this tile? Okay, stand over here. What is this supposed to be? Look at this, is crazy. Like they have an entire shooting squad just for me. Of course they had to have a mage in the mix. Yeah, this would have been a game over normally. That was actually a pretty good strategy. I have to say I'm impressed by that. But those were still relatively low tier enemies. I don't like that casting. There are just too many enemies in this group. If I butcher them, I hope they don't get eaten if I butcher them like this. Like this. Yeah, it's the boss. He just summoned a huge amount of units, but I guess he resurrected them. Okay, so the ghouls can eat the skinned ones. That's a large ghoul right now, which has many more stats than the normal one. Yeah, I guess, but this is one thing I don't understand about this dungeon. If you're not careful enough, you will actually throw in a big pile of enemies on you. And I did this 2 times already, and I don't see a way to prevent this. It doesn't really matter how much armor you have, if you draw a big pile like that, you will die. Okay. So those are only the smaller enemies. We keep the necromancer in his little room. I think those are just the enemies that were resurrected. It's going to be painful no matter how I do it. % health. That's a lot of health. Meaning, I guess we use it. You're not eating anything else. I'm in pain. Yeah, if my crossbow was in order, this would have been so easy right now. Wait, what else is coming after me? Only that, okay. You see, the enemies are not as dumb as they look, even though they're skeletons. I mean, they don't have a brain, but they can think. Okay, that was kind of scary and terrifying, and we're out of food almost. I wish you can eat the ghoul heart. Yeah, maybe in another update. It's very important to draw out the skeletons out of the necromancer area because, as you saw, it just resurrects them. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I just got a bad roll on the dungeon, I guess. Oh, you want to fight me in melee? Wait, what's happening? Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, we got the Curse of Decay. That's bad. Okay. I guess we got lucky in the last part of the fight because we survived all of those hits, but to be honest, it's not really lucky, is it? Because I just have a very specific build, as you can see. Well, I try more and more to be defensive rather than offensive, and that's why you have the heavy armor, of course. I also have some pain resistance over here, which helps a lot. Currently, pain resistance is the new thing you need right now, otherwise you'll not be able to survive long. Let me see how it is. Pain resistance, 17%, so that's actually a pretty big pain resistance. That's... I think I can get it up to 25%, so it's a little better than that. Let's get Spoils of War. That's actually a very good book, and it should give me a lot of experience. Now, it's still not done, because I still need to destroy the last Well of Souls. I'm not sure where it is. This is all junk, probably. I'll not even bother looking at them. So we're very tiredness. I don't know where this comes from. I think it comes from the extreme fatigue we have, which is 50%. Okay, as annoying as it is, we finished the dungeon, but we can still die or lose because we didn't destroy the last soul. The last Well of Souls. I'm not really fine. Anyway, the problem is that the Necromancer will run out of energy at some point, but if you cannot survive for that long... And as you saw, it's more important to just draw all of the skeletons and all of the fighters out, so it only had one unit left, and I guess he just didn't have enough energy to resurrect it again. Good for me. Otherwise, killing all of the gas would have been easier with my crossbow and such, because again, I can absorb a lot of firepower from range. That was easy, I guess. Okay, it's over there. Sadly, if you spawn so many at some point, you can get overwhelmed and die thanks to stuff like this. But I mean, I'm basically fighting 4 of them. I'm pretty sure I'll fight another one. And they nerfed them so they don't drop any more loot, so yeah, that's kind of a shame. I remember all the Rife used to drop good stuff. It didn't make sense, but at least you got something for defeating them. Okay, now we can loot. And like I said, you can actually find items that are ready to wear by your character. I think this is where I found the Claw Visor Bison. I think I just found it in one of the tombs. It was very badly damaged, but I just repaired it. Yeah, this is what you want to look for, these sarcophagus, because these are the ones that have a lot of stuff. Yeah, I kind of miss the rings having two traits, 2 bonuses, but 30%, 15% extra experience. And if I can stack the vigor with the blessing, that's 25% extra experience, and guess what? You can also use this thing so you can get up to 50% extra experience per mission, but I'll do that later when I'm more confident and I have more stuff to work with, because this was kind of like a gamble anyway. So 50% extra experience, and that's how I should be playing, but the problem is I hate vision distortion. Developers should just go away with all of their vision distortion, otherwise I think I'll only use it when I'm playing off camera, when I can relax and not be annoyed by the stupid vision distortion. What am I doing? I guess I'm just looting. There shouldn't be any enemies left, but you know. Oh. not, let's just put all of the stuff over here and then we'll worry about the rest. Actually a lot of topazes. Well, to be honest, this is actually one of the worst dungeons of this type, because you usually get a lot more loot by now. Yeah, that chest was not so good, but I guess not so bad either. But as you can see, just, you know, taking the ghoul hearts, it's already a lot of extra money. So it's really worth doing if you're going to encounter a lot of ghouls. I was a bit afraid when the ghoul became a large ghoul, because that was not something we could take out in a fair fight. We had to stun it or something. Okay, so this is the fun part of the game, just looting. It's not really worth picking up the ancient coins, because if you have 50 ancient coins, you might get 150 for them, so I don't know. Sadly, this is the only way to maximize your loot a little bit. Okay, I'm going to wait for this to be the last item I loot. Kind of bad. I'd like to disarm all of this, but since this is a dungeon where I need the crowbar, I'll not be doing it. But that's how I basically got so high level. Just by disarming the traps and killing more enemies than I should be killing, plus all of the bonuses I have to experience. Yeah, this is kind of a bad dungeon in terms of loot. Usually you can get so much more. That's... oh. Okay, it's not smashed. Anyway, I like to use these rooms to fight in them, so basically what I do is open all of them, and then when the enemies come, I just like to hide over here. So they form a conga line, and basically you kill one after the other. So yeah, even though the dungeon layout is a little worse, in a way, you can still use the conga line tactic. Oof. See, this is what I mean about the rings. This ring is so much better than anything I'm wearing right now, because piercing and slashing 8%, plus physical resistance 3%, fireable chance, but no, I'm not going to do it. I just like these ones. Plus the fumble chance is actually very useful, the bleeding resistance is also very cool, the healing efficiency. Yeah, this might be just the best set to wear in the beginning of the game. Actually, I'm wearing it in the late game a little bit, but now I know about them. So if I ever start the game, I'll definitely try to get these items in the beginning. It's a huge boost to your earn experience. Sometimes you can just get better stuff from a normal tomb. It's pretty expensive. Wait, where is all our food? I guess we have no more food. Yeah, sadly, this is all I can get for now. Usually I feel a little bit cheated when this is all the loot you can get from a dungeon like this, because you can have proper mid-game items or even end-game items if you don't want to go through all of the farming phases. Cat figurines are not really worth it in my opinion, but we'll use them. It's money. Was it really worth it to throw an identification scroll for one of these? Not really, but just trying to maximize my looting potential. Yes, basically all of the ancient coins will be worth about 3 normal coins. I'm not sure how you can make them be worth more. Maybe you can... I don't remember exactly what I did or how I did it, but once I think I went into a place and they exchanged my ancient coins for money somewhere in Brain. But I might not be remembering that too well, so I'll have to see how that works again. Oh, this looks promising. It's a big one because it's kind of like near nothing, so it should be a big one. Well, I guess it was good. So that's why I carried the little dagger over here. I can skin enemies, and I can even skin enemies in an undead dungeon. Oh, that's it? I guess we're done. And so that's every little bit of loot taken from the dungeon, and that's it. I have to repair the crossbow as fast as possible. That was not bad, only 35 minutes for a mission like this. It might seem bad, it might look annoying, but it's worth it. Well, it's kind of annoying that my map generation is like this, where I can go over here. And the tower, if the tower was one location over here, it would have been worth it to go over there, but... Also be very careful when you're going back from a mission, because the way this works, this is considered the high tier zone. Which means you can only travel near the edge of the map. If you go anywhere else during the middle, you might get ambushed by soldiers. The soldiers might be in full gear, which means they might kill you very easy. And it happened to me a lot of times when I'm coming back from a mission, fully loaded and stocked. Guess what? 4 soldiers just spawn around me and I cannot run anywhere, and I just die. Because, yeah. Well, I guess I might have a better chance to survive right now. Let's have this one, brace for impact. But it's kind of a cheap tactic where you, if you are traveling near the road, you can get ambushed by a lot of enemies that spawn flank you. And you can just say no thank you, I am full of loot, I don't have more space to loot or the time to kill them. I guess I should have also put the fodder my caravan, but I forgot. But that fatigue really adds up, just because I'm using a lot of skills that require a lot of energy. Look at the energy cost for these things, 39, 28, 22. Yeah, this character is very energy intensive, so I have to get the last part of the plate armor. So at least to have more base energy. So that should give me 12, 15, yeah, 15 more energy. That's a huge amount if you think about it. Why 15? Well, because it's 3, 12, and plus 1 that I don't have right now, because this is medium gloves, 15. Ooh, fatigue is so bad. Plus you have this debuff, which is not so bad overall, but... yeah, the fumble chance is horrible. It basically makes you combat ineffective. Are we there at game? No, I guess not. As you can see, I haven't uncovered all of the roads over here because I've been keeping away from Dembry. Mostly been doing Manshire, Osbrook. Yeah, I'm doing Osbrook even at this point. And the Willow Tavern at some point. And just some random exploration. Sometimes, as you can see, I have Brand's cabin over here and some other stuff. I haven't even uncovered half of the map. I still haven't been to that bridge over there. Plus the old quarry and some of the other dungeons. I think this is the 5 Skull dungeon, Chapel of Holy Terror, that people are complaining about. I guess we'll have to be maxed out for those dungeons and we need better preparation because I was not really prepared for this dungeon. I was mostly winging it. Wait, I think this the ambushes can the road can happen near the road or the forest near a main road. But we should be okay, right? Hope so. Anyway, what I like to do is usually do the quests, keep the most valuable pieces of loot, like let's say this one, keep it or put it in my inventory or just in my backpack, and then do another quest, and then I'll go to a building hub and sell everything. Not really worth it to sell where you are right now, because these people pay me nothing for my loot. It's kind of a shame. I guess I'll sell the bear again, just to not get caught up in stuff like this. 52. They're giving you 50% per item. It's even very low for them. This medicine should be about 40, so it's double the price almost. Well, I guess the modifiers are also acting up. And 1000 because of the modifiers over here. That's a nice stack of coins. So let's say this is about 800 with 1000 here. Not bad overall. But I'm not going to do more quests over here with them, and I can also just use this card to go away. But like I said, it's actually a much better strategy to just use your cart, your caravan, to go over there. We're almost broke. Let's see how much money you can make. Also, I really recommend you save your game every time you enter a village or something, because you might get ambushed. Or a buffalo might follow you. Yeah, that's pretty scary. I also have a lot of food that doesn't expire on my caravan, so basically my caravan is my main hub. Plus we have the eggs up and there. Okay, easy, I'm not sure where that blood is coming from. It might be a snake that is killed by a bird or something. Yeah, look at how nicely this camp looks right now. Interesting. Do I have enough room to take out the coins? Probably not, but we'll try it. Oh, hiccups, okay. Let's take one of these pigeons, but the pigeons will last only 3 days after you take them away from the cage, so be careful because they expire, which is kind of annoying, but... So what I like to do is either go to Menshire or Osbrook, but if I go to Osbrook over here, I'll do the quests over here, and then I'll actually go using the normal cart, the one that costs about 400 to go over here, and I'll go there and do more quests, like I said. Too far? Yeah, I guess I should really get the upgrades going even more. I'm pretty sure the developers will at some point implement ambushes. It would be very annoying on the road. And for safety reasons, we'll just save the game before we go trading, because once actually through But it's a pretty funny story. I identified the potion as being fire or flammable and I threw it away and I hit a merchant by accident. And then the entire city started to attack me and I couldn't do anything about it, so it was pretty sad in a way. I guess we can make 2 omelets so we're not starving anymore. I think they have a max amount of number they can go up to. I'll show that another time when I have all of the caravan upgrades ready. So let's see how much money we made from this little excursion. And yeah, I really need to repair my gear, even though it was not as damaged as it could have been. Yeah, I guess it's not in such bad shape as I was expecting, but the boots, look at the boots. So armor lost 36 HP, but the boots lost 54 HP, so as you can imagine, enemies really go for your feet because it's the easiest way to take you out of the action. So yeah, I guess you need much better foot armor than you used to need. And this is the situation when I didn't step into a trap or anything like that. Okay, so 1,300. We don't have enough to sell everything. And that's kind of a low price if it's such a low price. Have the gold. Okay, let's just repair everything and then we'll see how much more money he has for us. Ooh, that really hurt. That repair was horrible. That's sad. That's really a lot of money I just wasted on repairs, but that's how the game is right now. Yeah, I knew this was not going to be... Yeah, I would have repaired this without issues, but I guess it's too much. I like my other rings a lot more. This is a bit weird. I guess we are... Okay, so we almost have 1,000 extra now. Okay, so they still don't have enough money to buy everything I have. It's kind of impressive in a way. Yeah, and as you can see, this is why it's not really worth it to do the missions that are tier 3. I guess tier 2 will always be a little better. Because even if I played that mission almost perfectly, it still destroyed me to repair all of the stuff I have. Even dare to think at the crossbow how much it will cost. $500. I guess that was not so bad. I guess you also need the... Wait, he doesn't have the accuracy bolts? That's pretty annoying. I guess I can take them. Really want the accuracy because you're mostly going to kill mages with them, so I guess I can wait until I get other ones. On the other hand, if you're just killing mages or whatever, we'll just take another stack, because this is what I usually get. Another stack of bolts in my inventory. In my backpack. Yeah, I don't know how you can play the game without a backpack right now, because you just have so many more things to play around with. Okay, so basically after all of that nonsense, we are left with only a little bit of money. But let's see how it is after we buy some healing supplies, because this will be the real funny part. I guess the economy needs a little bit of reworking, because even though that was a much higher reward that you would normally get from a free skull mission, it was still not enough. Now what I usually like to see 40. 4 of these, and then I also like to have a sponge, and would like more stuff for the paint button. I guess we can also take one of these, because we'll just throw it away if it's not good. What? 2000 Okay, so I guess this is everything repaired. Except for the jewels, because you have to go to the jeweler in Breen to repair them, if I remember correctly. Which can be quite annoying, because the other stuff repairs on the blacksmith. I guess it mostly depends on the point of view, because if you can repair them at the blacksmith, that's another huge accomplishment. Oh well, I guess it's in the break and I cannot show you, but it does repair some of the weaker stuff like this one. Also, see, my sanity and my morale are 100% again. And they'll be staying this way for a very, very long time. I guess we have to prepare for the next mission right now. And let's just throw them away, and this is basically with what I'm left. It's basically almost zero. Where did I exit? Also contemplating a little bit, just get the carrier pigeons out so I can go. Okay, let me show you what I mean about my specific tactic right now. I mean, the way it works, it doesn't really make sense, but I guess you'll understand once you see it. And this stuff actually lasts for 3 days at least, so as you can see, they have buffed the amount of time this will last. Because when the update was released, food would still be 1 day, 2 days, and it was not really going to work in the situation of just have to move all over the place. And not only do we have to move all over the place, it's going to get really, really bad. As you can see, you cannot move right away. Obviously, you can sleep and do some other things. You can also just... I think the quartermaster and some of the other people will be able to help you with stuff like this, but I just don't have any money to afford it. See these empty bags? They were filled up with coins at some point. But then disaster struck and we are left basically penniless because we bought a lot of nonsense. This is bread soup, by the way, delicious. Bread ball stew. So I guess we can sleep, but that will not be enough to sleep off the entire duration. Okay, so in a situation like this, you want to save the game. Get the carrier pigeon, as you can see, it spoils in 3 days. And from what I can see, you cannot get more of them. Oh, so that's where the money went. Don't know what to throw it because I'm afraid it will actually summon the caravan. Yeah, I guess you need to learn so much more about the complex mechanics of the game that it's kind of hilarious at some point, because if you make a wrong mistake, you'll actually be left playing a... how should I put it? What was that word? A down spiral game. Yeah. A death spiral game where you just don't have enough for anything. So you really don't have You really don't want that situation to happen, so that's why you should probably have about 2000 gold in the caravan at all times. And never ever ever spend it. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. Interesting. I think I bought all of the upgrades that we can buy from this area. Actually pretty cheap to go from here to here, it's only 300. So you can leave your caravan over there, juggle the caravan over there, leave the caravan over there, use the normal coach to get over there, and then use the carrier pigeons to summon the caravan over here after you do a mission. Seems very convoluted, isn't it? Because it is convoluted like that. The problem with this is that it will actually impact your morale in a negative way, but I guess doesn't really matter. Also, there seems to be a problem with this particular innkeeper because he continuously goes to bed. Also, everything is so much more expensive over here. Oh, I guess it's not as expensive as I remember it. I also have a lot of kneecap. And also, these guys will give you the quest over here to go over there in the dungeon. The burial cave. Yeah, that's not going to be a fun adventure. I don't know why this innkeeper is so annoying. I guess bounty hunt, restless crypt. Yeah, I'll do another one. Okay, we accept until next time. Supply shortage, I guess this is pretty annoying as well. I guess I understand why this works like this. I guess, yeah, the pigeon, I don't know, they should probably modify the pigeon mechanic so it lasts forever. Because now we have to do the mission in nighttime, otherwise, yeah, we're just losing daylight and it's not going to be good for anyone, so... I'm basically fully prepared. No, I keep forgetting to repair the stupid crowbar at the blacksmith. I guess we can repair it here. Why are the boots damaged? I guess because of all of the walking with. Yeah, and now we'll have to do... Where is the... Wait, did we actually take the quest? Ah, it's over there, okay. So I'll probably do the restless crypt. The restless crypt. Call in the... Anyway, I'll have to pay off camera for about 3 or 4 more hours until I get enough money to get the other people for the caravan, and then we'll see what the other people bring to the party. Bye bye.